What are a million credit card points worth? It depends. On a 6-week trip to Asia, my family and I spent over 1 million points of credit card rewards to cover nearly $60,000 worth of travel expenses. That included business class flights for everyone, as well as all the hotels. I love to travel, and I'm passionate about helping other people travel too. I write about credit cards for Yahoo Finance. Let me help you find the best rewards credit card to meet your lifestyle and goals. To get started, let's cover some basics.
There are 3 main types of rewards credit cards:
Cashback credit cards, store credit cards, and travel rewards credit cards.
So which one is right for you?
It depends on your spending habits, as well as if you're a traveler, it depends on your travel preferences.
Does the card reward you for your kind of spending?
Take a look at your bank statements and receipts. Where do you spend the most money?
For instance, if you're mostly buying food and gas, consider a low annual fee cashback card with higher rewards rates for groceries and filling the tank.
One of the reasons a cashback credit card makes sense for a lot of people is because the rewards are straightforward. You're just getting cash back that you can use towards your credit card balance, or you're literally getting cash in your bank account that you can use for anything.
Do you buy everything at a big box store or online? Take a look at a store rewards card where your loyalty will pay you back with points and discounts.
You might have a Costco card that earns rewards, and then you can use those rewards towards your next Costco purchase. You can have one for Walmart or Target.
Or maybe you want a card that will generate a lot of miles for travel from a wide range of spending. In that case, a travel card should probably be on your list.
I can help you find the best travel credit card, the best airline credit card, or the best hotel credit card for you. Here's what to consider. There are 2 different types of travel credit cards. You have your general travel credit cards. Credit card issuers for general travel credit cards are Chase, American Express, Capital One, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank. You also have airline credit cards and hotel credit cards. All major airlines have an airline credit card. For example, you have United credit cards. You also have Delta Airlines credit cards. So how do you decide? It's a question of loyalty versus flexibility. If you always stay with a specific hotel group, like Marriott, Hilton, or Hyatt, then that hotel credit card may be a good choice. If you're loyal to a specific airline, like if you live in a city that has a specific hub, like a Delta hub or United hub, then it might make sense for you to, check out co-branded airline cards, because then you'll get perks that are specific to your most convenient or favorite airline.
We do have 2 flights coming up on Carousel
Free checked bags, access to the United Club or Delta Sky Club. If you're not loyal to an airline or hotel, a general travel credit card with a flexible rewards currency would probably be the best for you. Rewards for general travel credit cards are flexible, meaning you can kind of play the field. You can redeem your points and miles directly through the card issuer travel portal, or you can transfer them to one of many different airline and hotel loyalty programs. For example, like if you transfer your points to United, you now have United miles instead of Chase points, and you can only use them on United. Some general travel rewards cards give you access to high-end lounges, or possibly a TSA pre-check or a global entry application credit. I have both general travel rewards cards and airline and hotel-specific cards. I use a spreadsheet to keep track of which cards offer which benefits and when the benefits expire. I also make sure to pay off my monthly balance. Otherwise, the cost of carrying debt is more than the annual fee. Is a rewards credit card worth the annual fee? Let's do the math.
Let's say your annual fee is $100 for a card that gets a baseline of 2 times on purchases. You get 2 points, which is like 2 cents, for every dollar spent. You would need to spend at least $5,000 each year to offset the annual fee.
You should also consider the value of the perks and benefits. But typically, the cards with the biggest perks and benefits also have the highest annual fees. The best travel credit card for you might be one with no foreign transaction fees. If you're going to be traveling internationally, it makes sense to have a travel credit card that doesn't charge foreign transaction fees. These are normally a 3% charge that's tacked on to any purchase you make with a credit card when you're traveling abroad.
Now let's say you spend $1,000 on purchases while traveling in another country. That would be $30 in extra foreign transaction fees.
So that can add up quickly.
To see if the card has no foreign transaction fees, check the card issuer's website for the terms and conditions. It could also be listed under the card's benefits summary.
If your credit card doesn't charge these fees, then you don't have to worry about it. Instead, that could just be rewards that you're earning that you can put towards your next trip. Scan the QR code for more information about travel credit cards.
Yahoo Finance credit card reporter Ben Walker joins us now. Ben, it was an epic trip. So walk us through how you made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, really, it was a combined effort between me and my wife and my parents. Between us, we had about 20 different credit cards that we used to earn rewards for this trip. And then we essentially pooled all our points together so we could have this amazing experience as a family. But honestly, it took about 2 years of planning to make it all happen.
So which credit cards did you use? Take us into that.
Yeah, our two primary credit card reward sources were American Express credit cards and Chase credit cards. So that's American Express membership rewards points and Chase Ultimate rewards points. We used both of these rewards programs to book all the hotel stays and some of the flights. And then specifically for our business class flights to Tokyo, we used American Miles.
Were there any specific strategies that you used in the deployment of those points to plan the trip?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of research and planning involved in this, but I think three specific things we did were, first, we used a spreadsheet. So our spreadsheets list each credit card, the benefits, how many points or miles we have, and when those benefits expire. Having a spreadsheet can really help keep things organized. Number two, we frequently checked flight availability. So I specifically wanted to book business class flights on this trip for our group of 6. There's typically not that much award availability for business class, so you have to be on top of checking the availability all the time. In the weeks leading up to our planned departure date, I was checking different award flights every single day, often multiple times per day. When our flights became available, I was ready. And that's because I was always checking. Number 3, I would say you need to have a backup plan. So because of the low award availability for the business class flights, I didn't know if they would actually work out. So in the meantime, I booked 2 backup flights to Tokyo using American Miles. I wanted to make sure we still had options to get to Japan if our first choice didn't work out. Fortunately, I was able to book the business class flights, so I just canceled the backup options. They were fully refundable, so there was no out-of-pocket cost.
All right, Ben, sounds like you are the embodiment of if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. How about strategies for earning and saving credit card rewards?
Yeah, I think you can be thoughtful about how you use your credit cards. And there are 3 things to keep in mind. 1, I would say you should know the card benefits. So let's say like if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card or another card that earns more on dining purchases or something similar, you should always try to use that card in the category where it earns more rewards. It can get confusing trying to remember different bonus categories, especially if you have multiple credit cards. So I'd recommend making a spreadsheet or keeping notes on your phone to help you keep track of which card to use for what purchase. Number 2, I would say keep an eye out for the good sign-up bonuses. A generous welcome offer can really kickstart your earning potential. For us, valuable welcome bonuses on the Chasing business cards were especially helpful in building our Chase point banks, which let us book our hotel stays for this trip. Number 3, use your card for everything. Now, I say use your card for everything, but within reason. You know, as long as there's no additional fee involved, we pay for everything we can with credit cards, and then we always pay off our balances. And I do mean everything we can, you know, internet bills, phone bills, groceries, you name it. Even if we're booking an Airbnb with friends or dining out with family, we try to put the bill on our card and then we settle up with everyone later. And I think this is a great way to make sure you're always earning rewards on purchases that you're going to make anyway. So I know it can be a lot to take in. There's a lot of information. But at the end of the day, points and miles are just a tool to help you travel more. If you're using them to reduce some of your travel expenses, you're doing it right. And you're doing a great job.
All right, Ben, I guess the only question I have now is where's the next trip and can I come? Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I think our next trip, we might just keep it domestic, a little less planning and a lot easier for us.
Appreciate you for sharing some of these tips, Ben. If you're hitting the road instead of taking to the skies, a credit card that offers rewards at the pump may be your best choice. There are three basic choices. Cashback credit cards earn a percentage on what you charge. So on a card that earns 2% cash back, you could earn 2 cents for every dollar spent, and that can apply to gas. Cards that offer bonuses or higher cashback rates towards gas purchases. For example, currently, the Costco credit card offers 5% cash back on gas purchased there. And American Express, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and others offer cashback rates at gas stations for some of their most popular credit cards. Gas station credit cards. Your gas station offers them, and Shell or ExxonMobil cards are among those that can give you a discount of up to 10 cents a gallon. So what's best? If you like a particular gas station because it's close to your home or work and it has competitive prices, a gas station credit card may be for you. They're also a good first card because they're easier to get. But be aware, they typically have high interest rates on any balance you carry, low credit limits, and inflexible rules. On the other hand, if you have lots of different expenses and spend just an average amount on gas, cashback rewards credit cards or a card with specific gas station perks might be your best choice. Americans spend about $2,400 a year on gasoline, and Yahoo Finance analysis shows a card that earns 3 times or 3% or more at the pump can save you about $100 each year. Want more details? Scan the QR code for more information on the best gas rewards credit card. A cashback credit card could be your best rewards credit card. Here's why, and how to choose the right one for you. Let's start with the basics. There are generally 3 types of cashback cards. Flat rate cashback credit cards, just like it sounds, these cards give you a flat rate on nearly all of your purchases, usually 1 to 2%. So let's say your card offers 2% unlimited cash back on purchases. If you spend $2,000 during a statement cycle, then you'll earn $40 back. Usually that $40 can be credited to your account, and sometimes it can be applied to gift cards or merchandise. Now this card could work if you'd like to earn rewards on your everyday spending, but you don't want to track spending categories. Tiered cashback credit cards, these cards offer different rewards rates on different categories. For example, American Express currently has a card that offers 6% cash back at U.S. grocery stores and 3% cash back on ride shares and parking. Now, rotating cashback cards, for these cards, your top rewards categories, they rotate. Today, Chase has a card that offers 5% cash back on bonus categories that typically change each quarter. Now, this card can work as long as you remember to manually activate the new categories in your account. So how do you decide? First, take a look at your bank statements or receipts. Where do you spend the most should be the question that you're asking. Do you eat out a lot? Or do you perhaps mostly cook at home? What your receipts tell you will determine if you should choose a cashback card that rewards dining or groceries, or perhaps another spending category. Second, look at where you shop. For example, grocery purchases from wholesale clubs including Costco and superstores such as Walmart and Target are often excluded from grocery store rewards. Cashback credit cards can be simple to use, and you don't have to track and convert points. Typically, there are low to no annual fees. However, like most rewards credit cards, cashback cards have very high interest rates. Something to be aware of if you don't pay your bill in full every month on time. They also require a good credit score, about 700 and above for approval. Want to learn more? Scan the QR code for more information on the best cashback credit cards. If you choose the right credit card and are strategic about how you use it, it can be a tool to help consolidate credit card debt or finance a large purchase without paying interest. Yahoo Finance reporter Madison Mills takes a look at balance transfer credit cards.
Here's how to find the best credit card for a balance transfer. You can move your credit card debt from one card to another with a balance transfer card. The advantage here, no interest for a period of time. That means you may be able to pay down credit card debt, consolidate balances from several cards, or finance a large purchase without paying interest. The best balance transfer credit card will offer you 3 features: a long interest-free or 0 APR period, year or more is ideal, no annual fee, and a low transfer fee or maybe no fee at all. First things first, look for the longest interest-free period for new purchases and balance transfers. For most issuers, that is typically from 6 to 21 months. And remember, once that period ends, these cards carry high interest rates on balances, just like a lot of other credit cards. Next, check the transfer period. Some cards put a time limit on interest-free transfers. You may have 60 or 120 days from when you get the card to make that transfer. This next one is important. Check the fees. Many top balance transfer cards don't have annual fees, but it's always worth reading the fine print. And here's another reason that's a good idea. Balance transfer cards can charge a fee to move your balance over from another card. They're usually a percentage, often 3 to 5% of the transfer amount, usually within a $5 minimum. Keep in mind, to be approved for a balance transfer card, you're going to need a credit score that's considered good to excellent, typically 700 or higher. And one last thing, be sure to check the financial institution that's issuing the card. Generally, you won't be able to transfer balances from one card to another from the same issuer. And scan the QR code for more information on the best credit card for balance transfer. If you're struggling to pay off credit card debt, 0 APR cards could help you. The card has a 0 APR annual percentage rate introductory offer. That means you don't pay interest on the balance you transfer for a set period of time. If you didn't pay any interest on that debt for more than a year, could you pay it off? The best 0 APR credit card for you depends on your current balance, the length of the 0% APR intro period, balance transfer fee, and how much you can pay each month. For context, a recent study shows the average credit card debt is more than $6,500, and 0% APR introductory periods range from about a year to 21 months. So let's do the math. Say you have a $6,500 credit card balance on a 21% APR card. If you make only the minimum payment starting at $178.75 the first month, you would pay more than $10,000 in interest over more than 25 years before you can pay off your full balance. Now let's compare. Say you transfer your $6,500 credit card debt to a new card that has an 18-month 0% introductory APR and a 3% balance transfer fee. If you pay at least $361 each month toward that credit card bill, you could pay your balance in full in 18 months without any additional interest. You would still have to add in the 3% balance transfer fee of $195, bringing your total to $6,695. On a 21% APR card, your total more than $17,000. Be aware there are ways you can get in trouble here. If you transfer a balance to a 0% APR card and keep using the old card, making only minimum payments, you can run up your debt. If you can't pay off the full balance here on the new card before the intro period ends, you will need to pay the card's standard interest rate on the remainder. And that interest rate is typically high. Using a 0 APR balance transfer credit card can be a savvy financial move as long as you can commit to paying down that credit card debt. Scan the QR code for more information on the best 0 APR credit cards.
18 is widely considered to be the age to open your first credit card. According to Experian, this allows you to have as much time as possible to establish a solid credit history. Our very own Kendall Little has the 3 things beginners need to know about credit cards before applying. Kendall, good to see you. So first, you say, find out the type of card that you qualify for. For beginners, what options do they have?
Yeah, so if you're a beginner and you don't have any credit history, you're probably not going to qualify for those great travel or rewards credit cards like Ben was talking about before. Instead, you should apply for cards that you have a good chance of actually getting. This is because too many new card applications within a short period of time can actually have a temporary negative effect on your credit score. So, for example, student credit cards can be great if you're still in school. They often come with cashback rewards on everyday expenses like groceries and gas that you can use as a student. Secured credit cards are another good option, but you should be prepared to pay an upfront security deposit when you open one of these cards. And then if you're a parent and you have great credit, you might want to consider making your child an authorized user on your card account, and that can really help jumpstart building credit for them.
So what should someone have in front of them when they go to apply? What information, what data?
So applying for a new card is actually a relatively easy process. When you go to fill out your card application, you're going to need some personal information like your full name, your social security number, your address, and then you also want details like your income and your employment status. After you submit that application, some issuers actually will let you know instantly whether you're approved and may even give you access to your digital card so you can start using it, while others might make you wait a little bit longer or wait for that card to come in the mail.
So, what should they know about building credit before they get started?
So, for the first thing, building credit takes time. Like the saying goes, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But a big part of your credit score is going to depend on paying your balances off on time each month. So, payment history is the most influential factor in your credit score. So, you want to make sure that you make at least your minimum payment on time when your statement is due. And then another important detail for building credit is going to be your credit utilization. So how much credit you're using compared to what you have available. And to most effectively build credit, you want to make sure that you're not spending too close to your credit limit and keeping your balances low, or ideally paid off in full each month.
Most people in their wallets, they have a debit card and at least one credit card. So how do you know when you're supposed to use each card? Joining me now on this, we've got our very own Kendall Little. Kendall, help me break this down. What purchases should you be putting on a credit card?
Yeah, so we all want to earn those rewards, points, and cash back. But even if we look beyond that, there are some benefits to some purchases of using a credit card. One is going to be large purchases. A lot of credit cards have benefits for purchase protection and extended warranties. So that can be really helpful to make sure that you're protected against damage or theft when you buy big purchases like a new computer or an appliance for your home. Another one is going to be travel. Other credit card benefits often include trip cancellation or trip delay insurance and even lost luggage benefits. So when you're booking your hotels and your airfare with a credit card, you can sort of unlock those protections. And then finally is online purchases, and that's going to help protect you against fraud. A lot of credit card issuers have zero liability against fraud and even fraud monitoring, so you can catch if your credit card information is stolen almost instantly. And then because that money isn't taken directly out of your account the way it might be with a debit card, you can sort of resolve the issues faster.
So when do you know to stick with your debit card on the other side of that then?
Well, I always like to tell people to use their credit card like a debit card anyway. So that means only spending what you know you can afford to pay off every single month. But if you do have issues with overspending, or maybe you're focused on paying down existing credit card debt that you have, it can make sense to switch back to a debit card, even if that's only temporarily.
So what if someone's just starting out with credit cards? How should someone that's just beginning transition to using them without overspending? And this probably could have helped me when I was, a young 20-year-old just getting into New York.
Yeah, so a lot of the tips for overspending are going to apply no matter what payment method you're using. But one good thing you can do is sort of step back when you're about to make a big purchase. Take a couple days, take a beat, make sure that that's not an impulse buy that you're going for. You can also, specifically with a credit card, make sure that you're not keeping that card information on a retailer's website. So that just creates another barrier between you and making the purchase if you have to actually enter your card information rather than just clicking purchase. Yeah. And then finally, I'd say, make sure that you do have a budget that you can stick to. So again, using your credit card like a debit card, you don't want to spend any money that is not in your account. That can lead to overspending. But if you have that budget and you know what you can spend, you can sort of avoid those pitfalls.
From cashback to rewards to balance transfers, different types of credit cards serve different purposes. The best credit card for you depends on your needs and goals. Scan the QR code for more information.